Not sure what happened to his tail. This awesome little shopping center is right 2-minute walk from my hotel for the night. Well, for last night. Of the door. They're drying out all the cars over here that were flooded out. Well, good morning. I just got back from my morning walk. My morning walk to go get some fruit and a coffee. And I'm staying here at M1 Chiang Mai Boutique Guesthouse. It's right near the airport. My room before taxes and fees was $18, and I have a king bed with a balcony. That's the one that I booked. Balcony, yeah, it's not really a balcony, but you'll see. So I do apologize. Because I am getting ready to get packed up. But a lot of times what happens is I want to make a video for you, and then everything happens so fast, and then I forget. So I'm still fully unpacked before I jump in the shower and then pack up and get ready to go to the airport. But let me show you this room. M1 Chiang Mai Boutique Guesthouse. It's only a few minutes from the airport, and it's lovely. It doesn't have a pool. It does have free snacks and coffee, and there were even some different cups of noodles. So even if you're flying in late at night or something and you just need a little something, they have it right here at that hotel, which is really nice. But let me show you my room. So again, this is the king size bedroom with a balcony. And for me last night, it was $18, and I don't know if that changes with the seasons. And I booked it through Agoda. And so let me turn you around and give you a quick tour of my messy room. I stayed in room 102. All right, so very nice king size bed, nightstands on both sides, power on both sides of the bed, which is nice. And like I said, pardon my mess. I had to go through and repack everything for flying, but it has a great countertop. As you can see, I had somewhere to lay all of my stuff out before I pack it up. Mini fridge, hair dryer, little place to hang some of your clothes. This is the bathroom. They give you toothbrush, and there was toothbrush and toothpaste in here, and shampoo and shower gel. So this is great if you're getting ready to fly out early in the morning, or you come in late and you just need somewhere. There's a different shot of the mess. So sorry about that. And then this is my balcony. Nice hanging rack. Nice seated area. And a little fountain, and I could hear this all night while I was sleeping. It was fantastic. So there you go. There's the tour of my messy room. If you need a quick stay, inexpensive stay right near the airport for the night, Just simple but lovely and very modern, and the shower's hot. Everything was absolutely immaculate here. So I would give it 5 stars, totally 5 stars. And the nicest thing was that little, where we just walked for the coffee shop, that's 2 minutes away. So you just really walk straight out and you have that little shopping center. There's restaurants right there. There's a grocery store in there, a pharmacy in there if you need it, coffee shop, wine restaurant, like all kinds of stuff, and it's right there. So you can't beat the location to the airport. You can't beat the location to the things that you'll need. And yeah. So M1 Chiang Mai Boutique Guesthouse. I will link it below in the bottom of this video. And I'm happy to announce that this evening I am on my way to the Philippines. So I will be going to the Philippines for a 1-week Qigong and forest bathing retreat. I'm very excited about that because I have really enjoyed doing Qigong. So I'm very excited about my next week, that I will be staying on Bohol Island in the Philippines. Traveling for 16 hours now, overnight, and the Ocean Jet Terminal Ferry. So far, this ferry thing is nuts. Nobody tells you what to do. So if you're gonna take the ferry, you'll walk in. I thought I couldn't even come in until an hour before, but I asked her anyhow, and she said go in. And then when you come in, there's a window right there where you have to pay a terminal fee. Today it was 25 pesos, but I saw some people post comments that it was 30, so I don't know if it changes from time to time. Then when you go through there, then you walk through security and they check your boarding pass, or they check your e-ticket and make sure that you paid that terminal fee. And then from there you go through security. And then when you come through security, then you go to the left and then you actually go to the check-in counter, which has 5 lanes. There's no rhyme or reason on how they're calling people up. And then I asked her, I said, do I need to check one of my 2 bags? And she's like, yes. And then I go over to check my bags, and they're like, you don't have to because it's business class. Now, I opted to go business class because it was only a few dollars more. So I think my business class ticket was like $25 US, and the seats are way more comfortable and they recline, and there's a lot less people packed in there. And then you can take your bags with you, and you don't have to check them and then at the end obviously have to retrieve them. So I'm sitting here now in the midst of this chaos. I'll probably get a light snack and something to drink before I have about an hour, I think, before boarding. So needless to say, this has been quite the experience, and just no direction from anywhere, it just seems, since I got into Manila. It's just, I don't know, it's different. That's all I'm going to say for right now, because I feel like I haven't been here long enough to really know. But it's hard because I flew overnight, so I haven't had more than, I think, 4 hours of sleep combined. And obviously I'm ready for a shower. So I have a 2-hour ferry ride in the AC. It looks like the waters are pretty calm today, so I should be good through that. And then by the time I get there, I'll be able to go right to my hotel and be checked in, take a shower. So there you can see all the luggage. They're gonna be loading up on the ferry when it gets here. Good news is there's not a boat here, which means there's a boat out. be relatively on time. Why you carry toilet paper, because there is none. I was so excited to be in business class where it was so comfortable and to take the 2-hour ferry ride from Cebu ferry terminal to Bohol Island. As soon as that ferry started moving, this was all the footage that I got, and I just fell fast asleep. I didn't wake up again until we were pulled into the terminal, so this is all I have. They do not have Grab or Bolt at the ferry terminal, so you either have to take a taxi or a tuk-tuk to your location, and they're pretty aggressive as soon as you get off that boat. It's so funny to me because every time I go to make a video and kind of do the narrative in spots, it always seems to be when I'm getting ready to leave the next day. So I go and I set up the camera and I look behind me and there's just stuff everywhere. It's just one of those things that kind of like when you travel light and you only have so much, you need to reorganize everything every time you kind of stop and then pick up to leave again, depending on how you're traveling. But here on this video, I have left Chiang Mai and traveled to the Philippines. I went from Chiang Mai to Bangkok to Manila to Cebu, and then from the Cebu airport, I took the ferry to Bohol Island, and it was a lot of traveling. It was overnight traveling. The flights were all relatively short, so I didn't get any real sleep at any point in given time. And then I almost missed my flight from Manila to Cebu, and during that transition at 2 o'clock in the morning, got scammed by a taxi driver, but I did not have a choice or I would have missed my flight and been stranded in Manila in the wee hours of the morning. It kind of didn't start my trip to the Philippines off on a good foot. I was so tired by the time I got on the ferry and that boat started to move that I just fell asleep. So I was really disappointed that I didn't get to see any of the trip once the ferry boat actually got out of away from the dock a little bit. But what can you do? There's nothing I can do about it now. But then I got onto Bohol Island and it was very overwhelming. There's no Grab or Bolt, and here's the reason why I like to use Grab or Bolt. One of the reasons is because when I first got to Bangkok, I took a cab and I got scammed over by the cab driver because he overcharged me. Now, by overcharged, it wasn't for the amount of time in the traffic. I just went with it. I'm not gonna make a stink over $20 or whatever. But it kind of sets a bad tone. So one of the reasons why I love Grab so much is I can put in where I'm being picked up, I can put in where I'm getting dropped off, and I can see how much it's going to cost. And then I can just have it go right on my credit card so I don't have to worry about not having enough cash. And with the taxi driver, that was not the case. And so when I got into Bohol Island, Grab is not an available option. You either have an option of taxi driver or a tuk-tuk, and they're extremely aggressive and just in your face with signs and taxi and shouting it. And I struggle with that. I don't like that energy. I just have never liked that energy. And so I just kind of kept walking away and just said no. And then finally I got to, there were just some tuk-tuks and I just stood there. And one of the guys came over and he said, "Do you need a ride?" In a nice, calm, relaxing tone. And once I realized that I couldn't use Grab, I went ahead, and so now we're gonna see. I took the tuk-tuk ride to my hotel, which we struggled to find. GPS was not working well, so that was another struggle, in that, especially after the amount of traveling that I had done. And so I got to the hotel. The hotel is beautiful, newly renovated, huge pool. It included my breakfast. I'm so excited. And they take me to my room, and it's not terrible, but it's not great. And they shut the door, and it's just this overwhelming smell of mold and mildew, and the floors are wet everywhere. And it's clear to me that there has been some type of water damage, either from a flood, a typhoon, pipes, I don't know what. So I sat on the bed for a minute, and I just kind of took a few deep breaths, because I'm just exhausted. I just wanted a shower and to relax the rest of the day. That's all I wanted to do. And I went up to the front desk and I apologized. I am typically not one to complain about anything. And so I apologized, and I just said that I was not happy with my room. So they showed me the room next to it, which smelled a little bit better. But then I'm like, this hotel's flooded. The first floor has flooded at some point, and it just wasn't renovated the way that it should have been renovated to get rid of that. So to save the reservation, they said, well, we can take you over to our sister property. And that was just not too far from the actual beach. This was a little bit out of the way, which is what I usually like to do, is be a little bit away from where it's all crazy. They took me over to the sister property, and it was fine. The caveat was, though, I wasn't going to have the pool and I wasn't going to have the breakfast unless I walked or took a tuk-tuk over to the property. I was only going to be there for a couple days before I was going to go on to my retreat. So I'm gonna just now take you on just a little short walking tour. I was in the Alona Beach area, and I was down a side street. So literally I was a 5-minute walk from the beach. The weather wasn't exactly the greatest that I was there for the couple days. Here I am on my way up to the mountains for my Qigong and forest bathing retreat. And here we're driving through one of the national parks.
They interlock together. Yeah, of course.
Right now I'm sitting in the forest in the Philippines, forest bathing. Here's what happened at my Qigong and my forest bathing retreat. I had one really great day. I had one good morning. I got up the next day. I did Qigong. I did a forest bathing walk. I had some relaxed time. I wasn't feeling 100% that morning, but I just rolled with it. The next morning when I woke up, my throat was on fire and I just was not feeling good. So the second day that I was there, and I was supposed to be there for 5 nights and 6 days, and I didn't leave my room. I didn't eat. I didn't get out of the bed. I slept most of the day. I was just not feeling well. And now I'm on day 3 and I wake up the following morning and I'm not feeling as terrible, but I'm still not feeling great. So I decided I'm gonna try to get up and get moving, get something to eat and get some fluids in me and just kind of get moving. So I kind of like, well, I'll get up at 9, well, I'll get up at 12. And it just was not, I was just not feeling it. So I made the decision that I was not in it. I was not feeling well. And so I made the decision that I was gonna cut my time short at the retreat. So I let them know that I was gonna cut my time short and that I was gonna go back, that I wanted to get the taxi to come pick me up and take me back to Alona Beach area, and I would just kind of try to rest up there for a couple days until it was time for me to take my flight back to Thailand. So at this point now, I am back in Alona Beach, and I have, I want to say 2 or 3 days before I was ready to fly back out and head back to Thailand. And I stayed at a wonderful, wonderful place called the Blue Planet, which you will see that review and tour in this video as well. And I would highly, highly recommend it. You will need to take a tuk-tuk if you want to get over to the Alona Beach area. It's about maybe a 7 to 10 minute tuk-tuk ride that was 150 pesos to get. So it's very cheap, very quick, very easy to get. All the tuk-tuk drivers know where the Blue Planet is, and it is absolutely, if I ever go back to Alona Beach again, I would totally stay at the Blue Planet. 5 out of 5. It is just an absolutely beautiful hotel. You cannot beat it for the money. Well, my trip to the Philippines didn't turn out exactly like I had planned, but I still had a wonderful time, had some great memories. Now I'm just trying to get over this tiny bit of cold that I've had for the last couple days. It just seems to be lingering a little bit. But before I leave tomorrow morning, I wanted to make sure that I showed you where I'm staying because this is absolutely beautiful. The name of this place is called the Blue Planet Residence. It is a hotel. There's only about 10 or 12 rooms here total, which makes it really nice. And the funny thing is, when I took my tuk-tuk yesterday to get my ride back, the guy asked me if I was a diver. So I guess they get a lot of divers here, and diving in this area is a big business. Just so you're aware, it's about, I want to say a 10 to 15 minute walk to the closest restaurant. So if you're looking for some peace and quiet and respite, this is absolutely the place. If you want to walk out your door and be able to go just grab a cup of coffee or go get an ice cream, it's going to be a 10 or 15 minute walk. Or it's, it cost me 150 pesos, which is a couple dollars, I think about $2. And a 5-minute tuk-tuk ride, and then that takes you down into the middle of where everything's at. So for me, I actually like this because I like being away from all the noise and the chaos when I walk out the door. So if you're good with that, this is actually a great stay. I'm going to take you around and show you what the grounds look like. They do have a restaurant. It's quieter right now, so the restaurant's only been available for breakfast and for snacks. Which snacks they do serve some like bar type food. There is a pool and a hot tub, and they will do laundry and airport shuttle. So, I mean, I paid $38 a night to stay here. It's been absolutely amazing. It is very well kept. So I am very, very happy. So let's go take a walk around the outside and then I will show you my room. One of the best things is this, every room is a different country, and you'll see what I mean when I go into my room. This is my porch. I have a table and chair set, drying rack. My room is the Belgium. And now you'll understand with the different countries. So my wall is all Belgium inspired. I just have a double-sized bed, which is fine by me. Have a nice little lighting behind your bed. Sliding glass doors with privacy curtains. It's nice, right? Nice. Plenty of places to keep your clothes. You have a safe. You have kind of a mirror. I have TV with cable, a lot of English-speaking shows, so that's kind of been weird, as opposed to Thailand. Nice. I mean, desk area here, desk area there. Not really a fridge. It's more like a wine cooler, so it doesn't keep things as cold as like a fridge. Wait till you see the shower. It's like brand new. I mean, everything is just so well taken care of. Hair dryer. Nice big sink, bum gun, toiletries. I mean, you don't even have to bring anything. You don't even have to bring a toothbrush. Look at the size of that shower. It's been lovely. Sliding glass doors on the shower. I mean, the shower is huge. Look at that shower. It's amazing. And so here you go. That's what's behind my bed. All right, so there you have it, everybody. The Blue Planet here in Panglao, and I am in the Belgium room. So now that you've seen, when I first started talking at the beginning of this, I was sitting in front of this. I'm like, with having having that behind me, I was like, oh, let me switch that up a little bit. So lovely, lovely hotel. Breakfast was not included with mine. I didn't have breakfast this morning, but I think everything is somewhere between like 200 and 400 pesos. That's the convenience of you having it right outside your door. Great pool. I've been in it both days that I've been here. The hot tub hasn't been on, so I didn't ask them to turn it on, but the shower is amazing. They have laundry. It's very nice and quiet, and everything just feels meticulous. The staff is wonderful, and that's all I got to say about that. Definitely a thumbs up for the Blue Planet here in Panglao. And just remember, it's not on the beach. You're going to have a $2 5-minute tuk-tuk ride to get down to Alona Beach. But if you want to have nice and quiet when you come back in the evening, this is absolutely the best place to stay so far that I've been in the Philippines. All right, so if you're enjoying my videos, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And tomorrow morning, we are headed back to Thailand.